All right, let's go ahead and get started. This is part two of the Build Your Growth Engine training. And today we're going to be walking through some of the core automations that power the marketing systems we place in home service businesses. Okay. And these systems are going to allow you to scale without necessarily adding more hours to your day, right? These automations are what we like to think of as foundational to the growth engine, and everything else comes secondary. So I'm going to just show you how each one of them works, what tools we use to build them, and then what happens every step of the way. So this first one that we have here is this Instagram lead automation. Okay. And we start by using a software called Phantombuster. Now, Phantombuster is used for targeting. It's going to be able to identify and look for your ideal customer, right? So if your ideal customer was homeowners in a certain area, we could target the followers of, say, a popular realtor or a popular lender, right? These are all people who likely own property in the area or know people who own property in the area. You get me? So by using Phantombuster, you can start to engage with those people. You can comment on their stuff. You can like their posts. And what that does is it creates reciprocity. And that leads to step 2 and 3. What happens when people either follow you back or comment on your stuff? Well, the second thing that we build is an automatic DM bot for new followers, and that's built through a software called Inflact. Now, whenever somebody follows your page, you can automatically send them an offer. And that offer is just, it could be as simple as, this is our new follower offer, save 10% off your first service, etc. You would be surprised at how many people are like, I'll check it out. And now you have a lead and a potential sale on the way, right? So giving people that option and just touching base with them and letting them know that you exist and you're ready to help them is very powerful, and it's an easy way to get leads. Now, the other side is the keyword comments, right? So if you go out there and you're commenting on people's stuff and you're engaging with their things, it's likely that they'll come back to your page and potentially do the same thing. So you want to be prepared for that. If people come back and they comment and they ask a certain question or they say a certain word like estimate or how much does it cost or something of that nature, right? You can automate a DM that goes directly to that client, to that potential client, excuse me. And by automating that DM to go out to them, it allows you to capture their information and ultimately get it off Instagram and into your CRM, where that's the audience that you own, as opposed to just building followers on Instagram. You get me? So what you want to do to be able to capture that information is you need a lead capture page, and you can build that inside of Go High Level. And in the last video, I talked briefly about how Go High Level can replace a lot of different pieces of software, and this is one of them, right? You don't have to have a website builder or a specialized form builder or any of that stuff, because High Level has it in addition to a funnel builder. So you can quickly make landing pages for any sort of offers that you might want to test out. So High Level is a great software. Um, anyway, sorry, I went off course. I went off course. So once you build that lead capture page, you're going to take that link and you're going to make sure that the Go High Level comment bot has it and the automatic DM to your new followers have it. Okay. And that creates the funnel where your Instagram page goes from just sporadic attention from people who might be interested to a genuine lead generating system that's grabbing leads on autopilot, right? And once those leads are in your system, it moves them to the next automation we're going to talk about, which is appointment booking. go. Wait. Come on, go to the next slide. There we go. So this is the appointment booking automation. Now, this is used to, once you capture the lead, you need to begin the process of converting them to appointments and then converting them into a sale. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to capture their lead info with a go high level form. You built that in the last step. It's already there, and you've got it plugged on your website. You've got it on your offer pages. You've got a link to it on your Instagram. Point is, this form is everywhere, and it's very easily accessible. That's going to be the best way for you to capture leads. Keep it simple. Now, after they fill out that contact form with just their name, email address, and phone number, you send them to another page where they can qualify themselves a little bit further. So they can send you a little bit more info about the project that they want to do. And that's going to let you know that this person is a hot lead and you need to get with them immediately, because the more information that they give you, the more serious, in my opinion, that they are about taking action. Whereas if somebody just stops at giving you their name, email address, and phone number, you definitely need to reach out to those people, right? But you want to prioritize the people who qualify themselves and let the bots continue to follow up with the people who won't. Because if they don't fill out the survey, we're going to send them a text message using AI, and we're going to attempt to use a chatbot conversation to ask them the qualification questions. So the chatbot is going to have a conversation with the prospect via text and go through the process of trying to get them qualified. And if for some reason they haven't responded to the text or filled out the link that they received when they were online, then we alert the assigned representative, who can reach out, call from their personal line or their direct line, and begin the process of trying to qualify that prospect, right? So all of this is happening within 5 minutes. We believe that you need to get in contact with your people within 5 minutes, because after 5 minutes, you've missed your best shot. So if after 5 minutes, they haven't responded to the survey in any fashion, then that's when we reach out to the rep and we say, hey, you might want to reach out to this person and give them a call just to see if you can potentially help them out. Because some people just don't like computers, right? It's just as simple as that. They don't like computers. They don't like chatbot things. They do legitimately want to talk to a person. So you might not lose the deal. You could potentially lose the deal if you only rely on the bots to do the work, right? So if you see that a person for some reason has not filled out the survey, it's always best to reach out to them. Again, I'm getting a little off tangent here, but it is what it is. Now, once they qualify themselves, you're going to send them that calendar link so they can book an appointment. And if they're talking to the chatbot is just going to offer 3 good appointment slots for them based on their availability. So again, you're still giving people the ability to book on autopilot, as well as the fact that you can also book the appointment manually. But this is how you're making sure that none of the leads are slipping through the cracks. This makes you foolproof. It makes you essentially bulletproof. And this is why I also say that AI and automation doesn't have to replace people. It can actually just make us better. It can enhance us and let us do more work, right? This is more follow-up, and this is more aggressive catching up with people than just trying to do everything on your own, right? So the last step in this is, after that appointment is booked, it's going to send the information over to Jobber so that it can create an estimate visit request inside of Jobber for the operations team. We believe that your operations CRM should be should not be the same as your marketing CRM. The marketing CRM is going to have bots, it's going to have people who weren't really all that interested and they filled out a form. It's going to have the people who decided to fill out a form because they wanted to sell you something. So you want to keep your operations CRM as free of junk as humanly possible. And that's why you do all of your marketing inside of Go High Level, and then you move only the serious prospects to Jobber. And you can set up a Zapier integration so that once someone books an appointment in High Level, all that information goes over to Jobber, making it very simple for your operations team to just focus on operations. So that's how we handle the appointment booking. But what happens after you get the job, right? Well, you're going to need things like Google reviews, and you're also going to need to send out invoices. So this is a quick walkthrough on how we help you set up the systems that'll update your QuickBooks, send invoices, get Google reviews, etc. Right? But the big thing is that we want to show you how you can use these systems to get business on autopilot. So once a job is booked inside of Jobber, uh, it's going to create a customer inside of QuickBooks. You can set up a Zapier integration between Jobber and QuickBooks. And so it creates that customer inside of QuickBooks. And once that customer completes the job and you guys go in and you mark that you've completed the job inside of Jobber, it's going to trigger QuickBooks to send them an invoice for that amount. So all of the information that you put into Jobber, you don't have to double over to QuickBooks to put the same information in and send them an invoice. You can put it in one time in Jobber, and then all of this is going to happen in the background. And again, all of these can be built with a Zapier integration. All right. Now, once the job is completed, it's sent that invoice. Well, what's going to happen next is High Level is going to get updated. They're going to change the client status. They're going to add a tag that says this person's now a customer. And what that's going to do is say, hey, I'm going to text them or email them a link to get a Google review. And once I send them that, I'm going to wait for about 30 days. And then they're going to enter what's called the reactivation flow. And the reactivation flow is extremely powerful because it's how you 100% are able to maximize your list and get a healthy stream of monthly jobs in without a whole lot of additional marketing effort. And why, if you're generating leads, there's a compounding effect to what you do. So once the clients are inside of your CRM and they're inside of the reactivation flow, every 30 days at the minimum, they're going to receive something from you. It could be a new offer, it could be a project that you worked on, it could be a newsletter that you're generating. Point is, you're reaching out to them and you're letting them know that you still exist. And if you did the audience correctly, these are people who might need your services consistently. Maybe they're a real estate investor and they might need you to put another roof up on a different house. You know, maybe they're a real estate investor and they need more drywall because they just purchased 3 more properties. You can't just one and done your customers. You have to come back and see if they still need help, or at least just check in on them and say hi, essentially. It's really just that simple. Reminding people that you exist and that you're still out here and you're still solving problems, whatever it is that you do, is a great way to get business in the door. And you can automate this entire process so that every month some sort of outgoing message goes to people, whether it's text message, email, both. And once those people start responding, all you need are 4 or 5 or 6 additional jobs, and life is good for you. And the beautiful part about texting and emailing is that it's not very expensive. So by being able to send out thousands of messages to people and only needing a small percentage of those people to convert, life starts getting good for you as you build that list. And see, that's where a lot of people think that marketing is a bit expensive and automations can be a little bit challenging. But if you put automation on the back end of your marketing, you're going to be able to not just create a funnel, but create a sales cycle that's constantly happening, that's constantly marketing for you and just letting people know that you exist. And all you need is just a few people to say yes to you, right? So this is a very simple overview, but these 3 systems are absolutely foundational. And if you want to take a look at these softwares and potentially build this for yourself, there's going to be some links down in the description. You can check it out. And if you're interested in learning about how to work with us, what we do to help businesses, uh, and or if you just want us to build this stuff for you, I want you to check out our JobFlow webinar. The link for that is going to be in the description as well. You can learn about how these systems can get built inside of your business and also how we fund the ad spend, where the right businesses who are qualified will actually cover the cost of advertising on their behalf. So if you want to learn more about that, there'll be a link in the description for that too. I've been Charles. Thanks for tuning in. Talk soon.